My dear students, the students in 8th grade from أطفال الرمثة النموذجية. How are you? Hope you all are fine. Today, inshallah, we're having a new lesson. Please open your student book at page number 16. At first, what is the title of our lesson today? The title of our lesson today, Writing from Around the World. Again, the title of our lesson is Writing from Around the World. Let's start reading. People started writing thousands of years ago. At first, they wrote records of local trade. This kind of writing wasn't for entertaining an audience in the way stories and poems are. We have here, Ya Thaman, the pronoun they. What does this pronoun refer to? فَذَي refers to people. فَذَي refers to people. Okay, we have here new words, entertaining. Entertaining, it means interesting. Audience, what is the part of speech of this word? Audience is a noun and it means a group of people who sit and listen to the stories. We call them audience. So Ya Thaman, my question here, when did people start writing? The people start writing thousands of years ago. What was writing first used for in the past? In the past, writing was first used to keep records of local trade. Again, in the past, writing was first used to keep records of local trade. Let's move to the second paragraph. People told stories and poems for entertainment around the world. Before writing existed, Africa has a long history of storytelling. The most famous African stories are about little animals that use their intelligence to survive against bigger animals. These stories were told from person to person before written copies were ever made. Writing was used to tell stories across the Middle East before it was used anywhere else in the world. Some of the earliest pieces of literature came from the Middle East. These stories traveled around the world because the writers' skills were so impressive. Reading stories from around the world helped writers to develop their skills by learning from each other over the centuries. Let's see the meaning of some new words in this paragraph. Okay, we have the first word is intelligence. Intelligence is a noun and it means cleverness. The second word is literature. Literature is a noun and it means written art. What about the word develop? Develop is a verb and it means improve. It means improve. So, is a storytelling a new form of entertainment? No, it isn't. Why? Because a storytelling existed before writing. Why did people tell stories and poems? The people told stories and poems for entertainment, for fun. Entertainment is a noun and it means fun. What are the African stories about? The African stories about little animals like mouse that use their intelligence to survive against bigger animals. We have here the pronoun there. There refers to little animals. The little animals that use their intelligence, their cleverness to survive against bigger animals. How did these stories travel around the world? The stories traveled around the world from person to person. From person to person. Where did the earliest stories come from? The earliest stories came from the Middle East. From the Middle East. Why did the stories travel around the world? The stories traveled around the world because the writer's skills were so impressive. Let's move to the last paragraph. Many people believe. Believe it means think. Many people think that reading stories from different times and places is a way هي الطريقة of understanding لفهم and appreciating وتقدير the variety التنوع that exists between cultures. Cultures means الثقافات.